Hello and welcome back to this dismal scene. We're about to head down to, I guess, I don't even know, one of the first places we went. Near Licksand, I think. To fight the Chastity. Which is those tree people, if you remember rightly. Oh, and yes, we have recruited Big Bertrude, who is awesome. I love her to bits. Ugh. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood, the comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Yeah, patience. Anyway, let's soar on down over the hills from far away. Oh. Soaring far above the Sclorian shore, you notice Pamitha gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damned place down there. I like it least of all, I think, among everywhere we've been. I am thankful that there's been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home is all. The high-wing remnants. We all grew accustomed to the thinner air, amid the cliffs that breaches down the clouds above your commonwealth. But it was not the nicest place. Little wonder that my sister settled for a rather warmer base of operations in this land, there by the nest of Trieste. Anyway, I'm pleased to have spent a little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go about our business. Happily to do so, because this looks bloody horrible. Well, this is where we first met them. I don't know who they are, but I don't want to crash into them. They might get angry at me. There's the Isle of... Oh, there they are. I don't know who they are. That's the Pyre Hearts, I think. They ain't shit. You don't get anything to say around here? Don't think so. Ugh, this is a horrible place. I doubt anyone's going to have much to say around here. Ugh. Bertrude slithers up to you as the black wagon passes through the skies above her former abode. Our kind who lurk below. They would scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them when Sandalwood came to fetch us that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished labourers with whom we shared many moons in exile. We trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. She seems almost nostalgic as she lifts off the various services provided at Big Bertrude's. Curses, balms, potions, powders, cleaning reagents, sleep medicines, fungicides, seances. Big Bertrude's earned quite a name for itself throughout the downside for these and other things. When we are finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. I'm sure there is. Well, I won't be partaking, I'm afraid. As you fly aloft over the area of Downside Prairie, where first your path diverged, you see Rookie looking down at the lands below. You know, sister, I gotta say, I never did get over you taking us through Bloomingport that first time, way back when. To think that someone of your character would side with Jody rather than myself. It is fortunate for our sake that readers not often heed your advice, Greentail. Hey, that's cold, Jody. My sister here listened to me every turn, I'll have you know, except for that first time. A shame we shall never know what delights awaited us at Hollowroot. Oh, you missed out, mark my words. But we'll be riding in style by now, rather than sputtering about in this old thing. No doubt. Despite how it appeared to you at first, they both seem to be in good spirits, reminiscing about old times. Hey. Let's see what they got to say about this place. Yonder lies the Ridge of Gull, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The mists of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gandroth, Serpent Titan. He brandished his tower shield and sent Gandroth's fury back into his countenance. Once slain by Gol Gothanian himself. Second of the 8 scribes, the Oath-taker. Though perhaps such tales are of little import now, when you stand to confront the Chastity there in just a short while. I ain't worried. Probably should be. Bertrude believes she can find alchemical reagents she requires along this route. Rookie has a hunch he made something of value. Let's see what Bertrude's got. You make a successful landing in Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Chidori and Rookie come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward to the rears of the Ridge of Gull by land. Oh, it's sandalwood. Volfred is poring over the copy of the Book of Rights as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The road to freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my girl. Tell me something, though. I spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? Yeah, I've come across more than your fair share of books, but none quite like this. It's an archaic volume dense with lore you're not concerned with. You'd rather reserve judgment if you've had more reading time? I find it fascinating. Honestly, I actually kind of do. You tell Volfred the book has fascinated you, and you've never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true, and how much is the scribe's retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reasons why they are in there are written plain, are fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interest in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whoever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. Good day, sir. Let's read about Downside Prairie. The Downside is connected to our realm via a single artery, the river named for our prestigious sap colleague Luce Glorian. The river gushes into seeming nothingness. That seeming nothingness turns out, of course, to be the Downside. Its existence undermines thousands of years of thought about the composition of our world. The Downside's southern edge we call the Sandfolds. It is a desecrated wasteland speaking well to this land's lack of hospitality. Here the strength of many who survived the river journey finally fails. If only they could clamber further north, where lies the verdant Downside Prairie. A better place to perish, to be sure. Or, you know, live. I'd rather live. Let's search for reagents with Big Bertrude. The bog witch Big Bertrude knows much of things growing unseen throughout the land, including things residing here within the untamed reaches of Hollowroot. We have made note of thy willing assistance. Come along then, reading one. Why she requests your company in such excursions, only she could say, yet she does no such thing. She instead directs you to collect the foul ingredients she seeks. The reagents seem to disappear into her robes and you return in silence. Later you notice a new talisman has appeared among the group's possessions, bearing Bertrude's unmistakable mark. Oh, nice. Nice. While the bearer's Pyre has more than the adversaries, bearer deals bonus damage. That's sweet. Let's continue on to the Ridge of Gull. And meet the Chastity in battle once more. Okay, quick chat, quick read, and then we fight. You approach Bertrude just as he's finished polishing the various bottles, flux, and vials your fellow exiled have collected during your travels through the Downside. The evidence of thy travels. How brazenly you put them on display. You tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Though reading one that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and in exchange we found agreeable. We sought then certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth, and he knew where to procure them. In exchange we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe, notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then we first began collecting samples of the regions of the Downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place. Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands. Lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If molten Millith was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore... But she hesitates. It matters not, Reading One. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough, for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Volfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice. Okay. Ridge of Gull. The serpent titan Gandroth turned to brittle stone not long after his death. Of that we may be certain. What remains is a flat, elevated basin that stands us closer to the heavens. Upon the fallen Gandroth's hide the stars themselves alight, and you shall know you stand upon sacred ground. We set the metal sigils, lit the candle flames, and we emblazoned on the rock-like forms the sigil of our passage to and from this land. And then the stars themselves did reply to us. They sang, shining bright, their voices loud and clear. We understood their cadence, and we knew how often to return. Okay. Makes sense, I guess. In a kind of weird Pyre-like way. Oh, hang on. Was there something hanging up? Keep safe from downside prairie. Oh, awesome. Some of this stuff I didn't even know we could take. Is there anything else we can take and sell? No. Doesn't look like we have much fruit and stuff hanging up. Oh god, here he is. Hey guys, say, what are you guys doing all the way back here? I know it's not so bad here. I was thinking I got some pretty good stuff. I think I want to check it out. Alright. Sell. Only 8 gold. 8. What is it called again? Sol. That's the one. Downbury. Used as a stress reliever. Okay. Might want to try upgrading some stuff rather than getting new ones. I mean, that one's pretty good actually. But getting it +5 is, not going to be that great. I already want that one, but I mean, save a lot more money for that. So let's instead spend our money on this. And I'm guessing we don't need, Tizo's special one. He's buggered off. We never got phased, did we? Oh well. Same thing, guys. Yeah, later, Taylor. Whatever. Let's go against the chastity. Everything is prepared and the night is just beginning to take hold above the rolling hills of Ridge of Gull, when Volfred gets your attention. Reader, I suppose you might remember our first meeting with that manly Tinderstaff. He would be mortified, of course, if you forgot. I would say that he is an embarrassment to my kind, but unfortunately, I have known many others like him. We are a discontented people, I suppose. Anyway, when we last saw him, you might recall that I avoided him. We are not good acquaintances or anything, but he knows enough people in high places that we could be harmful to our plan should he know of my involvement, and so... Volfred dons his ritual mask. I shall have to be discreet here. As I am with the Nightwings once again, I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps, though, he shall take me for a common sap. Anyhow, it seems we have a right to conduct. Once again, I don't think I'm going to use any Titan Stars. Because it's just... yeah, I'm not that confident, to be honest.
The much-vaunted reader has returned, and it would appear her ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we? How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this fight shall be the Chastity. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
My, what have we here? Aye, the Nightwings, come to grace us with their presence once again. You think you can simply cut us down like last time, is that it? You sense Volfred reaching out to you. Reader, let us indulge him for the time. Perhaps he shall reveal something we can use to provide a disincentive for his meddling. Just keep him on talking. I shall attempt to remain hidden. And my, the colours of those raiments. I mean, they are rather gaudy in this light, I have to say. Although I mean no offence of this, of course. So, do you suppose the rite is going to commence soon? As much as I enjoy our chats like this, I do have to get going soon. If you must know why, I'm expecting an important message from the other side, no less, come dawn. I hear something is brewing out there, some sort of unrest. So yes, it's a very important message, sent all the way by one of those imp couriers, and I must say, those little things, their services are certainly not cheap. Though I'm sure I could get you a good deal on their services if you wish. Perhaps contact a loved one back home? All I ask, of course, is you stand aside and let the chastity prevail as well we ought. For I have a date with Destiny not long from now upon the fall of Solium. He continues talking for some time until, at last, the rite is set to start. Oh, hold a moment, reader. The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rites. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude. We expect thou shalt soon be inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far. Okay. X to pounce. Whoa.
Bertrude shows herself in full. Now,
Wow, okay.
I wonder what became of her accomplices. Of one accomplice.
Slither time. Beat a blast.
Watch yourself around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
Press B while flashing to power blasts. Nice. I'll try her out, I guess. Now then, reading one, know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with thee because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid you in the rites, and we shall aid you in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding. Oh, they've got a Gilman. Oh, look at this wonderful assembly of exiles come from all different corners. Such a colourful retinue you Nightwings have. You know, I heard the most preposterous rumour about you, that you are harbouring an especially notorious criminal, one who has signs upon the Commonwealth itself. He looks right at Volfred. But I could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true. Anyhow, I so would like to meet everyone here. Hello, good Nightwings. I am H. Manun Tinnerstauf, and truly it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Manny has intruded on your privacy as he sets to choosing your triumvirate. He could not be less welcome. He seems to be searching for someone in your ranks. Ask him to leave politely. You suggest to Manny that perhaps he ought to check in his own triumvirate in the key moments prior to the rite. Why, yes, of course, of course. I was just taking the opportunity to bid all of you salutations, for I so enjoy getting to meet my fellow exiles face to face like this. Yes, maybe rules against this type of thing, but who's counting, am I right? I'm sure the scribes wouldn't mind if they were here. Anyway, now that you mention it, I ought to go check on my wonderful colleagues. See you shortly, and good luck. Manny leaves at last, leaving you to focus on the rite again.
Now we shall get started.
Okay, let's try out you. Equipping Bertrude, okay, yep. Makes sense. You can have this one. Rookie. Stocking to Hope. Lingers longer. It's good.
Rookie.
Let's get you in there. Let's try out Bertrude.
Bertrude.
And who else should we get? Pamitha is because she can fly over them, so that will stop H. Manor Tinnerstauf's secret weapon. Your one was pretty good, actually. Cool.
It is done.
That insufferable slap. That insufferable slap. A blight upon his kind, an adversary we should like to pick apart. Are you quite ready yet, O Nightwings? I doubt you are. Because my colleagues of the Chastity and I, we have a trick or two we think shall take you by surprise. Just watch. Whatever you say, lad.
Begin.
Whoa, that was close. Well, you took me by surprise totally there. Oh, so close. Ah.
Be gone.
Oh, wow, you're fast.
Flame to ash. Both triumvirates are equally as close.
Not anymore.
It is.
Oh, you get a health for that, do you?
Your pyre burns brighter for the while.
There we go.
Things have served her too.
Oh, how very charming this display. But quit it now and let old Manly put an end to all this before you make a terrible mistake.
You haven't.
There we go.
Pyre weakens.
You've really got to learn to counter my jumping. I'm sorry to... I don't want to tell you your job, but... And the chastity were just as terrible as usual.
Mayhap the scribe shall simply smite them down next time.
Wow, thanks. Thanks for your support, lad.
Thus end this night's
My word, how could this happen to me? You deceitful, ignorant, utterly uncouth pack of fools. Have you any idea what you've done? Fulford watches the outburst in silence. Keep spouting off like that, Manly, and you shall soon reveal all we need to know. You harbour such a fear within your heart there, don't you? Coming from the aristocracy and now in exile, how they must speak of you. What would they think of you if you don't get out? Or even if you do? Fulford remains deep in thought, studying his adversary. There, I see now. Then Fulford recedes into the shadows. What? My head? Oh, I believe there must be some mistake. I have to go, ta-ta. Fine evening to you now. It's been a pleasure, genuinely so. Manly stumbles away in a stupor. And there he goes. I have lifted certain burdens from him for the time. A bit of mercy for his sake, for my people's sake. As well, it should ensure that he has no lasting memory of our encounter here, or running into me. Now let's be off before he catches up with us again.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Hey, that might be enough.
Great understanding within Ruki.
You know, with all this riots business, there's been this really fancy move that I've been mulling for a while, and I think I've just finally got how I could pull it off. After he's banished, there's a 50% chance to return instantly. Excellent. Faster than usual to an even faster top speed. He'll cast his aura. You're a runner, so... Yep, that's one.
The ancient crone called Bertrude opened up her eyes.
Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still. What have you got? Pyre has less than adversary, she deals an additional 5. Has more than... Yeah, well, we tend to have more, don't we?
The wild witch revealed. Until the stars align.
Why do you sound like you're yawning? Either way, that's all we've got time for today, after we just pounded the chastity into dust again. So we shall pick this up next time. So thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please do check out my other videos. If you do, I shall see you there. Goodbye.